Welcome back to part 2 of the book hanging tutorials, and welcome to Playing Man! Today, guys, I'm going to step you through the next steps in making your book hangers. But before we begin, I want to show you guys something. This is the one I started on in the previous video, and these are the blocks I made. As you can see, they fit right in there, but they're a little bit loose. They're not perfect because all of these are cut out by hand. So what I did was I tried another way of making these, and the only other option was to make it in 2 pieces because I could only find one size of these oaks, which are 1-bys. So I made these, and as you can see, they're 2 pieces. You get that pretty oak grain in the front, and these are much more consistent when you make them. They're all the same because you cut all of these out together. See how perfect they fit? And I also made them rounded at the bottom. And here's what I do to cut this triangular piece right here with the little tenon on it. I cut this. One long one, like that. So all of them are going to be exactly the same. See how I did that? And then I'll just cut them out 1 inch. Just put them right down my table saw. Zzz, bzz, bzz, bzz. In the end, I'm going to make both versions of these. 2 different shelves. I'll probably give one to my sister, I'm thinking, and I'll let Nia choose her favorite one. So, for the purpose of this video, and for my wife, I'm going to continue the tutorial on how to make these. As you can see, I made 14 of these in between last video and this video. 2 on here, and they all fit right here on the shelf. The downside of doing these, as opposed to those ones as well, is fine-tuning these to fit this. I had to chisel out a lot of this on the inside to make this fit the shelf. But they all fit now, so we got them all made, all our hooks. The next step is to sand them. I'm going to start off with the 150 grit sandpaper with my little oscillating DeWalt tool here. And I'm going to sand them all with 150, get all the saw lines out. And then I'm going to put a 240 grit sandpaper on there to really smooth everything out. You're going to need a drill, some bits, some twine, some screw eyes, mending plates. This is the stuff you'll need in order to suspend the books from your hooks. First, you're going to want a drill bit. I'm choosing 5/64. How do you say that? 5/64 bit with my driver. I'm going to put a hole straight down the middle of the bottom of these hooks because this is where my eye screw is going to go. And this bigger hole is to sink that eye screw down into the bottom, so you only see half of that eye instead of the whole thing. It's just a look that I want. And then you put the eye screw in the hole. It's not centered, obviously, the hole I made. Should probably make a mark. What? It broke. Wow. Looks like I'm going to need a bigger pilot hole. I'm going to do this right by marking the center. I'm going to make an X on here to get my hole right in the middle. Now, let's see if we can get the eye screw in here. There. And so there you have it. I have my eye screw right in the bottom of there, and my string is going to go through there, and this is what your string is going to look at. You're going to have to figure out how long you want your string. I made mine, let me see, this is probably about 2 feet long. It's 4 feet total because it loops. And before you screw that in there, I would suggest you cut all these, sand them, and then do linseed oil or stain them, whatever you want to do, paint them, whatever. Don't paint them. And then make this piece, which is your eye screw. Put your string through your eye screw and then put it through your mounting plate. And the mounting plate is where the book is going to sit. So the book will sit right in there. It's going to be like its little holder. Here's the hooks with linseed oil applied. Should be dried by tomorrow. Look at the beautiful grain in that wood. Go to part 3 to see the completed, finished product up on the wall. Watch me put books on it, see how well it works. And thanks for joining me, guys. See you in part 3.